Good morning and welcome to Tswalu. This morning we've got a little chilly 18 degrees with a nice little chilly wind. My name's Deirdre, and on camera with me this morning is Owen. Our plan for this morning, because it's a little bit windy, is to go and start looking at some of the sheltered areas, try and find some of the smaller animals and see how we go. They did say 1% chance of rain, and if I look at that cloud, that's the 1% cloud in the sky that you're watching there at the sunrise this morning. So a really, really beautiful day. The birds are calling, which is always a good sign. I've heard quite a lot. One of my favorite parts about being in the bush is to learn the tracking part of it, so just to find out who's been where, and especially in the morning, this nice morning newspaper that we have here. Just reading the newspaper, we're going to ask Owen to come in on these little tracks here. So it doesn't look like much, but there's a little bit of a tail drag there, and you look on either side of the track and you've got at least 1 foot, another foot, the foot in the middle, and then the last foot comes through and makes another little stripe in the middle. And this was a scorpion that moved last night across there, out on his nightly hunt. There were lots of insects out last night, so it was a good feeding opportunity. Then the next nocturnal animal that we can see here, you may or may not have seen one yet from Tswalu, but it's called a spring hare. So it's actually a rodent, but it looks more like a rabbit, more like a kangaroo, standing about this high and jumping on their 2 hind legs. So you can actually see, here's the jump. It actually sat down there. As it jumped, there's the tail. It jumped there, jumped there, jumped there, and went on its merry way to go and get some grass shoots on that side. Then, probably one of the nicer, Owen says looks like quite a clear track for the camera, is a porcupine. Came all the way down here. So, are you able to see this one, Owen? So the porcupine's got lots of little pads. It's got, sometimes you can count 5, 6, 7 pads, plus 5 toes. Plus, because they're digging animals, you often see their claws as well. I'll show you a picture in our next segment so that you can understand the little porcupine. Very short little legs. So you can see here, you can just imagine this little porcupine shuffling along last night. But what we've also seen is this was a mummy porcupine, because just on this side, not too clear, but a baby porcupine. So out foraging with mum. Just going here. And then at another point last night, they weren't all here all at the same time, but you'd age them by which track overlaps who. There was a brown hyena that came along here. A little bit less definition in the front of the feet because they've got lots of hairs on their toe pads. So they just flick the sand up as they go. So a nice brown hyena. So just in one little patch, a porcupine. I'm making up my own words. A porcupine, a spring hare, a scorpion, and a brown hyena. So what did I say? A scorpion. We're making our own animals from last night. So all of these we would hope to find on our afternoon safari. But not now, they've all gone to bed. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I don't know, Owen, if I hold it here. So we're talking about the porcupine. There you can see we've got the pads, so 5 little pads, 5 little toes, and then the claws on the porcupine. We're going to send you across to Kim and see what she has for the morning.